Hello, everybody. Absolutely wonderful to be here again tonight and to have you all on board. Welcome to Enjoy the Show. It's going to be an interesting show tonight. Brian, my wonderful, magnanimous co-host, Mr. Rancelot, here he is.
Excuse me, Judy, that's Sir Rancelot.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Excuse me.
I didn't get knighted.
Can we start all over?
By Jerry to be called Mr. Okay?
You're right.
I graduated from those days.
It's like a doctor.
I'm Sir Rancelot now, yes. Hello, everyone in the chat room, all of you early arrivals that seem to be our early arrivals from every week. I hope everybody is doing well. I'm sure you are. It's been an awesome week. Here we are on September 11th, 2013,
wow.
12 years after the events of September 11th in 2001. And it's been interesting today on Facebook. I've been very liberal about what I've been posting as far as, raising awareness and about September 11th being an inside job and all that stuff that everybody in this call are going to be very familiar with, but there's still others who, are new to the information or still skeptical or so on and so forth. And I've been posting stuff this morning on my sometimes, like, if it's really like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna really like weird a bunch of people out, I'll just post stuff in my newsroom. But I've been posting more on my own wall, and that's where all of my high school, college friends, family, they're all in there too. So I was posting everything on my own wall today, and I was expecting for like backlash and people to be angry, and nobody is. It's liked by, I'm like seeing these posts liked by people that I was in college with and in high school with, and not a single peep from somebody who was offended. So to me, that just showed how true that research project was. That study that was done in regards to what was it? It was conspiracy theorists, and the conclusion that was drawn was that the majority of Americans are now skeptical of the original reports. We've talked about it before on shows, but I proved that today on Facebook because it was so supported and everybody was so just kind of wanting truth and wanting to spread awareness. And, there's one person, Jake Ducey, a close friend of mine, author of Into the Wind, he posed the question on his wall. And, he even said something about, I may lose followers or, respect or so on and so forth for asking this question, but how many people out there, know about Building 7 and know about the inside job, so on and so forth. And one woman said, she said, I don't want to, I think I shared it on my blog today. She said, I don't want to dwell on the past and just paying too much old energy into what's already been done and focusing too much on the past. And I totally see that perspective, but at the same time, I feel like for all the families that have been affected by that incident, as well as all the wars that have happened since then, it's still important for people to know what's going on in the world, and it's okay to talk about it. I think it all comes to the most important thing is the energy that you pay into it. I just posted something on my blog a few minutes ago called, it says, "Alas, the key to true freedom." And it's this beautiful YouTube video that I got from a friend of mine, and it's this story, this drunk driver, and this is a positive, happy story. I realize it's kind of a lower note for the Enjoy show, but this news report. This drunk driver killed two 20-year-old girls 9 years ago. He was sentenced to 20 years in prison, and the mother of the girl, one of the girls, she got to that place in her heart where she just needed to forgive him, and she forgave him, and she actually went to the judge and asked the judge to reduce his sentence. And the judge did, and the judge cut his sentence in half, and the guy got out of jail. Before he was even out of jail, the mother of the daughter who died and the guy who was in jail are now touring together high schools to educate kids on drunk driving, and to let people know how important forgiveness is, the act of forgiveness. And, the last line of the YouTube video is so powerful. It says, I'm paraphrasing, but they said, he is free and now so is she.
Right.
And she freed herself from the heartache of being angry and being, upset and holding
blame.
Yeah, holding blame against him. And she said at one point, society would say that I totally have that right. And she said, but I realized that it was making me miserable and this and that. And it's a tearjerker. Go to my blog and watch it. That's why I called it The Key to Freedom, because, there's so many people that know about, what happened on September 11th, and they want to lynch people. Still, a lot of the people that are listening to this call, they don't feel that way. I'm preaching to a choir with this message of forgiveness, but there's still a lot of people out there that are like, wait a second, this was an inside job. Our government did this. They need to pay for their crimes. We need to hang them in the streets. We need to, they need to, and we need to bring justice. And I understand justice and all this, but holding that anger. When I post awareness stuff like this on Facebook, I do it because I want to let it go. And I want to find forgiveness in my heart, and I want other people that are still angry and upset to be able to have that peace within that I've found. And so it's an auspicious day today, but how important is that? I mean, I knew how important forgiveness was, but actually truly forgiving someone equally as important yourself. I mean, it's total liberation. It's absolute liberation.
Absolutely.
So I just want to say that because of September 11th. But should we do the setting the intention for the show thing before we forget, considering we're already 7 minutes in?
I'm going to let you take this one, Brian. Go for it.
And gosh, Alexander, if you're back there in the background and you're listening to this, you're in trouble, buddy. You're fired.
I am.
For being late. There you are.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt what you were saying, dude.
Oh, you're back. Okay, Alexander took a last-minute shower. Sorry to throw you under the bus, buddy, but that's just how the show's going to be today.
We don't do that kind of stuff on here, Brian. What's wrong with you?
I can stand my smell now.
Forgiveness, remember.
Real quick, before we set the intention for the show, let's welcome Alexander Del Sol. That's his Skype handle, as well as your Facebook name on Facebook. And Alexander Del Sol is just about the craziest, but in the most awesome ways possible, guy that I've come to know over the course of the last couple of months via email and then just recently a Skype. Yeah, that's you, buddy. That's you. So we're going to learn about Alexander today, and Alexander is going to be a very interesting contributor to the conversation. Expect a lot of laughs because this guy's hilarious. No pressure, buddy, but you got to be funny because that's kind of what you do. So Alexander, man, welcome to the Enjoy Show.
Thank you. Good evening.
Welcome.
Now I have to be serious.
You serious? I find that very hard to believe.
Only until after this quiet time, and then you can be full on you.
Yeah. Hold you back a second because this is
cool.
I need a minute. I'm just kidding, buddy. So what I want everybody to do, this is our new tradition for the 5D Media Network, is we're just going to get quiet for a second here and set the intention collectively and individually that for the next hour and 51 minutes, that this be our time to be in our own space, to let go of all the cares and concerns and doubts and worries and fears of the world, and just surrender to this moment, this perfect moment and this stillness with this community and all these beautiful people that make up the listenership of this show, and those of us on the panel, and all of those that will call in, and find that place in your heart and in your mind where you can relax into the beauty of being totally submersed in ridiculous amounts of joy, because that's what this show is about. So let's just take a moment, anchor that energy in, because it's going to get crazy here in a little bit. And all take a breath together. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. Man, great idea, Lisa. All right.
Nice.
Everybody good?
Welcome, everybody, and make sure you feel free to call in tonight. Phone number 646-716-4598, 646-716-4598. Would love to have you on, and I'm sitting here looking at all the wonderful people I know and I've met, and I haven't met yet, but I'm going to. Woo! Welcome, everybody. We love you.
Absolutely. And feel free, anybody that wants to call in, once you get a little taste of Alexander, he's actually agreed before the show started. He will answer any question anybody has. It doesn't matter what it is or how personal the details. Alexander will answer it tonight, live on the radio.
Oh, Jesus. Wow. I could tell you did take a nice deep breath, didn't you? You just let it out a little too quickly, didn't you?
Oh, okay. So Alexander,
I took
man,
a deep breath in way before he said to, so I was holding it really long.
Oh, good. You got a good one then. Okay.
Judy was asking me about Alexander before the show, and I said, I hope he's listening right now because it would be really funny. I said, I had a Skype conversation with Alexander recently, and I was just, I couldn't keep a straight face because it was just so funny and ridiculous. But in a really good way. Alexander lives in Costa Rica. He's an awesome surfer guy. But just because I want to get to know him a little bit, Alexander, I'm going to give you a couple minutes. Let's give you a couple minutes. Tell us a little bit about yourself and anything that you feel moved to share about the man, the myth, the legend that they call Alexander del Sol.
Oh God, where do I start? Okay, I
tell us your name.
Alexander del Sol. That is my real name. That's not my given name at birth, no. But that is basically irrelevant because
Alex of the Sun.
We we all should have the right to choose our own names, right?
Absolutely.
And I know that many, thousands or millions of other people around the planet have done the same. So, yeah, anyway, I was born in Southern California, LA County, and lived there till I was about 12. Started body surfing at 9, my mom used to take us to the beach all the time. And then moved up to the Napa Valley and way far from the waves, which was not a happy, joyful experience, going from a coastal guy to a valley person. So, but managed to meet a guy from Newport Beach in high school, and we started going to coast and surfing, and I went to a small high school in Napa Valley, and 1 year Nick Cage came to be in our high school with us, so, got to meet him before he was famous, etc. And there's another story related to that. But anyway, so I learned to surf big waves, Northern Cal, and all that stuff. And then I did really well in high school. I was a totally pretty shy, serious student type, brain, but started partying when I was about 16. So and surfing got me out of that, got me into life, etc. But I went to my first year. I went to university. I got a degree in biology, and so I got a science background, and did really well and all that stuff. But then I went into sales and marketing. I was supposed to be a doctor. Didn't want to do that. Ended up being a healer like Brian Reiki here in Costa Rica. But so did that and. Sales and marketing and all this stuff, and then ended up in real estate industry, and then met my first wife, and I went to Australia for a little while. Loved it. I felt more at home in Australia for those 3 weeks than I felt in my whole life in California. Came back, decided definitely wanted to leave the United States, move to a different place where they have a different culture where living life to its fullest and joyfully is more important than
Pura
just
vida.
accumulating. Yeah, exactly. Living the Pura Vida is more interesting and more a priority than just accumulating material possessions and chasing all that stuff. So anyway, it turns out the woman I had met right before I went to Australia had the same idea. So to make a very long, intense story short, ended up moving to Costa Rica without either of us having ever been to even Central America, blind with almost no money, and basically giving away most of our possessions and just chucking it and coming down, and been here ever since. Her and I separated 2005, and I remarried at the end of 2008 to a local girl, and I have two little baby girls. The younger one is going to have her first birthday is Friday, and her party is Sunday. So yeah, I have two little girls, one's 3.5, and the other one is going to be 1. And it's been wild and crazy, but ever since I was a teenager, I had the crazy dream of living in the tropics, surfing warm water waves, eating mangoes off the trees and coconuts and stuff. And so I actually consciously formulated the dream, focused on it, manifested it, and did that. So, and that's then I manifested 2 other dreams, and the last one being my daughters, actually, my second wife and daughter. So anyway, so that's it in a nutshell. And I've been meditating for 20 years, basically shortly after meeting my first wife, who was very, very highly spiritual, gifted avatar individual, and still is, of course. So anyway, got into that, but also with my science background, everything had to be, quote, proven, so to speak, at least to me. I don't take any information as being sufficient to operate off of unless I see it, confirmed by separate independent sources, at least 2 or 3. So, everything I say, all my quote beliefs, etc., have been through the ringer, have been through the gauntlet of pretty intense scientific analytical process and experience. So I may be insane.
Well, guess what?
But my insanity is backed by empirical evidence.
Yeah, you've got a lot of company. Where are you in Costa Rica?
Not to reveal too much. Let's just say I'm in the southern Pacific part of Costa Rica.
Southern
Ooh,
Pacific.
secretive, huh? Wow, all right.
Well,
It's because I was there last year for 3 weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? Where?
Oh, I was in the
Don't tell 'em.
Guanacaste region in a little place called Paradiso, and then went down to Jaco and up to the capital and all around from there.
¿Habla español entonces?
No.
Okay. Well, you pronounced Jaco properly. You pronounced it in the Spanish instead of saying Jaco. You said Jaco, which is the Spanish pronunciation.
Yeah, I'm good when I'm there. It's just I don't remember much unless I'm there a lot. I can pick up a lot, and I do pronounce it well. But yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not Jacko.
That's not anyway. Jaco is north of where I am, but
okay.
You could definitely get to where I am, within a relatively short drive. So.
Gotcha.
Why do I feel like that story you just told is like the extreme Cliff Notes of such a long, detailed. I wish I could share some of the awesome stuff that Alexander has sent me over the last few weeks, because this guy's going through this, and I'm sorry for referring to you as this guy's third person, as if you aren't there. I should have learned my lesson on that when watching. What was the comedian, babe, on the Russell Brand on the news the other day? Alexander. This Alexander is having some just extremely awesome, let's just call it challenges, keeping his feet on the ground.
Oh yeah.
Oh, do tell.
Yep.
What? All right, let's go deep, man. What's going on with you? Where do you see things as being right now with everything that's going on in the world? Where do you think it's leading to? What's your views on what's happening energetically on this planet right now, and where everything is headed? I love hearing this perspective from people that I know can provide some substance in their response.
Well, in what sense? In geopolitical, in physical, in spiritual, and well, they're all mixed in anyway. But
yeah, whatever comes to mind.
Well, we're done. We're done. The mission's complete. We're done. We made it. We did what a lot of people, I guess you'd say, thought that might not have been able to be done. We've actually pulled the planet out of the deep dark abyss that it was, and we're free. We're on. We're done. The PTW are just frickin' flailing. They're just nothing they do is working anymore because the energetics are just completely not that anymore. So their whole past grid is completely torn apart and collapsed, and they're just they're fighting amongst themselves, and they don't know their ass from their elbow anymore. And so and that's the way it should be, because basically their time is up, the gig is up, and they're out the door, and they can go out. They're going to go out. They're not going to go quietly into the night, right? They're going to go out kicking and screaming and trying to pull crap like Syria, as much as they can. But they're not going to be allowed to. And now that enough of humanity has woken their sleeping buns up and smelled the coffee and smelled, what the potential is for all of us to enjoy, then they are being told by the population even, hey, no, man, we're seeing through your stuff. And you're not going to try to rig another, false flag BS crap, just so you could put another pipeline through Israel and Jordan and those states instead of, through, from Iran, or whatever the real reason is for taking Syria out. No more. Sorry. So we're done. We won the 1,000-year-old war, and it's all over, and now. It's just onwards and upwards, man.
I love it. Guess what? I came up with a new word today for them.
What?
The old world order.
The old
world order, exactly. Yeah, I've called
the old
them that
world
in a
order.
couple of my posts. Yeah. Yeah. So, and by the way, if you want to, if anybody would like to know what I've been, like where I'm coming from, just go to my blog site, and I've written posts for I'm coming out with my the ebook based on my blog site really soon. I'm just being lazy about putting it together, but I'm working on it bit by bit.
Well, share your blog.
And it's waverider1.wordpress.com. Real
if
simple.
you can share that in the chat room, that'd be great.
I can.
Okay, let me see if I get in the chat room.
You're already in it.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Okay. My computer is kind of like not on all 4 cylinders anymore,
Oh, that's all right. Looks like Brian's already got it for you.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, Brian already put it in there. Cool. So yeah, and I'm not really doing many posts anymore because that's no longer. I mean, that part of that phase, that stage, whatever you want to call it, is now ended. So,
yeah.
And it's a whole new gig for me, at least, and for a lot of other people. So.
Do you get that feeling, Alexander, that as far as your blog and putting stuff up, you wake up and you have those days and you realize, do I even need to post anything? Is it even relevant anymore? Like I fully resonate with
exactly.
With what you're saying as far as everything being done, and I think that we're probably talking to a whole lot of people that are listening to this show that feel the exact same way. Like, I'll wake up, I had a point where I was putting 7, 8, 9 posts up a day, and sometimes I'll sit in front of my computer and like, what do I even need to post? What do I even really need to post? Because I truly feel like it's mission complete. And energetically and with just everything that comes into my consciousness, and that's something that it's hard to explain. It's just a feeling you get.
Yeah, it is. It's that feeling. You say it's a feeling. It's your intuition. It's actually your higher self is letting you know. It's giving you the inside intel on what's going on. But the thing is, I've been blogging for like over 2 years now, like 2.5 years. So, my situation is a lot different than yours because I don't think you've been blogging for that long. But the people that we are now blogging for are not the same people that we were originally blogging for. You know what I mean? We as the Trailblazers, we were blogging for, other Trailblazers basically. But now the masses, that just, especially like the younger people, are really waking up and coming of age, so to speak, and they're the ones that are, really reading our blogs. And I'm getting people signing up on my blog like almost every day, and I don't do any advertising, promotion, nothing, zero. And I'm getting people signing up, and I'm like, whoa, this is great, but wow, the people are now really waking up in mass, and so those are the people we're blogging for now. Otherwise we're just preaching to the choir because of all of us, Trailblazers and way showers, etc. We're already, energetically and informationally, educationally, we're already there. We already know, about 9/11 and all these other things. So, but there's a lot of people that don't, and they're just like just now learning about these things. And so I, and you, Brian, you're one of the quote younger generation, etc. So, you're right. It's over. We've won, and it's just the external manifestation and changeover might take a little while, but the basic energetic foundation is done, and Gaia's fully, done. Ready. She's ready. It's all. She's universe already exists, right? So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would, it's just a matter of, I don't know. I would, I don't know about 7 or 8 blogs a day, but that's a lot, man. I never even close to that. But, I would say that if something's really important, that's really, earth-shattering, which is like once a day now, actually, go ahead, man. I would keep blogging if I were you. I put out like one yesterday, and I reblogged an old one because some of my old, my original followers, I was under 100. I was like under 50 for like the first year and a half. And so, a lot of the people that have always followed me haven't, the new people haven't seen a lot of my old stuff. So, and some of my old stuff is again becoming really relevant.
What was your intention when you started your blog? What message were you trying to get out?
Well, what happened is I was writing emails to a lot of people, friends and family and other people, and some people who actually didn't even really want to get some of this information. So I had a lot of lesson learning to go through about that. But and I was writing all these emails and and spending a lot of time on the computer and typing the same stuff like over and over again to different people. And so I said, well, wait a second, this doesn't make any sense. Why don't I just and I learned about blogs, and it's free because I really didn't have any money to invest or anything. So I started a blog. I said, well, I'll just put them in blogs and then, and just give everyone the link, and then they could all just read this stuff, and I don't have to write 20 separate emails. And that's why basically I started the blog,
Got it.
So that way everybody, and from that point in the future, they say, well, where are you coming from? What are you talking about? Da, 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 da. And I'll say, well, just go to my blog and read there because I've written this stuff about what's going on and what I feel about it and my perspective on all these things, Yeah. And I put some poetry in there, and, I've written, I've written poems here and there since I was a teenager and stuff. So, some poetry, and they're mostly real short. They're mostly just, short to the point. And, when I can, I put in, reference to a video or something on YouTube or whatever. So, or a song, like I wrote one last week or a week and a half ago, which I thought would probably be my last one, which wasn't.
Oh, are you gonna sing a song right now? Because that was
no.
Oh, bummer. That was our theme last night.
Looks like we made it. So that was the name of it.
That's a good one.
Yeah, but yeah, actually, what you just asked me about what's going on in the world, that blog post was I was hearing that song in my head. It came into my head, right? And I said, that's perfect theme for my blog post about it's all over, we're done, mission complete, and it's now off to the races now, and here comes new earth, etc. So I wrote that, and so yeah.
Now, how did you come to that conclusion?
Well, if you want to go into that different area of my life, then that's fine.
Yes.
I am in, personal I read a lot. Since I don't work and I don't have a job and I don't have a business I run, I just do whatever I want basically. Mm-hmm. I read a lot of blogs and I also am in personal contact with several people that have been, like me, that have been deeply involved in the, spiritual community, New Age, whatever, for the last several years, and we all, some of us get the same information at the same time, internally, mm-hmm. To put it that way. So yeah, I have, I don't need actually to quote look out there for information anymore. So but I enjoy. I love reading, like Brian Kelly's blog. I love reading these blogs, and so especially when sometimes I'll do a blog post about information that came to me. Like I wake up in the morning and I get a download, what they call downloads, and just all this information comes to me. I just have the whole images and the information in the images is come in this package, and so I just checking it out, and I said and then I write a blog, and then like a day or two or three later, or 4 days later, and then someone else writes a blog about like the exact same thing,
right.
And someone who doesn't read my blog and has no connection to me whatsoever, and I'm like, that is so cool. There's the scientist in me goes, you see, there's the independent confirmation of the information, because you see that, and so there, okay, I have it. So, and I haven't really needed independent confirmation of information that comes to me, because it comes in such a way that there's no doubt, you're seeing it, you actually see the information. So
when did that start happening for you, Alexander? When were you able to start tapping into that? I mean, was it something that was like all of a sudden, or is it gradual over the years?
It was all of a sudden. I mean, I started reading, like I read Deepak Chopra 20 years ago for the first, and really cool book, by the way, about aging and about health, called Ageless Mind, Timeless Body. Wonderful book. One of his first really big ones.
I remember that.
And I started reading other books. I read which is a little short, hilarious. Oh, dude, you've got to read this book. It is freaking hilarious. It's called ET 101, the Cosmic Remedial Manual, and it's by Diana Lupi, and it's just absolutely a kick in the pants, and it's in your face, funny as heck. So anyway, it's funny, okay? And it's short. You could read it all. It's perfect for like this show. It's like 3 hours, you're done, and you're like, and after you're done, you're like, oh my God, that was like one of the most right-on pieces of prose that I've ever read in my life about the real deal. So anyway, I started reading stuff back then, and then I started, and when I was in sales and marketing, to go back a little bit, I read a lot of self-help books, like Think and Grow Rich, like How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Like my favorite for a long time.
Yeah, and in those books are very powerful psychological and spiritual tools and concepts that allow you to develop your powers of intuition, for example, and your powers of imagination, and in order to manifest, the life that you want to live. So I started combining these two completely, radically different points of view into and realizing that, hey, they're using actually the same concepts, the same basic fundamental, tools and concepts, just using it in different ways. And so what I started doing is develop my intuition more. That's all. And consciously, I started meditating, like I said, and back I went to in the Sierra foothills, I went to a intentional community where Paramahansa Yogananda's direct disciple established back, 50 years ago. And I learned to meditate, and that was with, Marisol, my first wife, before we were married. And then after that, I just started meditating regularly, started doing yoga, which is the, hatha yoga, the physical yoga. And, just slowly over the years started developing those, and I moved to Costa Rica, so no more fluoridated water, right? And no more no GMO foods. They just started coming out right after I moved down here, and none of this stuff that calcifies your pineal gland. And so, I'm here in this pristine environment, eating really good food, mostly organic, and no more fluoridated water, and drinking natural water right out of springs from Mother Earth. So, physically, the cleansing started and all that, and so.
I'm curious about that. Actually, let me ask you a question about that. Would you say that the community down there is more conscious as a result of living their entire upbringing without all of those toxifications added to their system from all those various places? Like what's
The whole culture, all of. As a matter of fact, most what they call third world countries, what they call third world countries, because they're not really. They that are mostly country, versus cities. Most of these cultures have never lost sight of their, or their what's important in life, and have never lost their connection with nature. And so, even physically and physiologically, biologically, they are energetically and physically more connected to Mother Earth and more connected to their to their truer selves, right? And like Costa Rica, for example, Costa Rica was voted in they started coming out with these happiness surveys of the world, which country is the, quote, happiest, and Costa Rica won. It won in 2010, and it's like been in the top 3 or 4 or 5 or something for the last 3-4 years. And it's like, wow, I out of all the countries in the world, I didn't come here. It was based on my first wife's dream she had of this country, actually, not my personal choice. But I came to live in the happiest country in the world. How cool. I mean, how cool is that, right?
What's the country that did you ever see that movie on Netflix, the documentary called Happy?
Bhutan.
Yeah, Bhutan. They judge their own they judge their own success, how well they're doing in the country by it's not the gross domestic product, but their gross domestic happiness.
I read about. I didn't see the movie. I read about that. That's cool.
Judy, you saw it, right?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I love that, and I think that to me signifies what life will be like where we're headed. I mean, it's already we have the ability to make it that way in our own individual lives right now. And I think that there's a lot of us that are already doing that. Judy, Alexander, myself, and probably everybody listening to this call are some of those folks. And the power of that mindset of, my biggest goal is to just feel happy and fulfilled all the time. And if you feel that way, you are that way. I don't know if anybody saw the post I put out today. Randy sent this to me, and I love it. It's called the website is called The Intenders of the Highest Good, and they came out with a project that they're calling it the Vision Alignment Project. And did you see this?
I subscribed to that. I've been getting their alignments for like a year now. It's really cool.
I love it. They're so good. I'm going to read this one that came out today. It's called A Vision for Humanity, because it's so to me it represents where everything is headed, but I love it because if it gets people thinking along these same lines en masse, how powerful that is. So I'm just going to read it real quick. Judy, is that okay with you?
Seriously?
I'm just kidding. That was a joke. Not asking Judy's permission. Okay. all seriousness, but not. A vision for humanity. It is our intention that we are seeing humanity in its highest light. Accordingly, we intend and envision a world where our children and us, I'm not waiting around for just our children to get hooked up. We got to get hooked up
right.
too. Where our children, no matter where they live, are nurtured and cared for as if they were the most precious gems on the planet. For indeed they are, and I'm adding this, as we are. Where the elderly are treated with dignity and the honoring they deserve as their right of birth in this world. I will add where everyone is treated with dignity. Where the sick are comforted and healed, the discouraged find new heart, the downtrodden find new strength, the lonely are befriended, and the lost find their way home. Where our leaders are true leaders, worthy of their position, where our teachers prepare others to respect all of life, and where our business people everywhere have taken a stand firm and strong for the highest good. Sorry, my house phone is ringing. Where soldiers and fighters are a thing of the past because all of humanity has finally, without any equivocation whatsoever, has seen that fighting and violence have never given them the results they were looking for. We see a world where all fictitious, I'm adding that word, where all fictitious debt has been forgiven, and we have started over with a new system of exchange that ensures equality and a high standard of living for all people everywhere. And whereas true stewards of the earth, we have risen up and out of our old ways into the light of a new day where people, each and every one of us, is helping, honoring, loving, and caring deeply for everyone else. That is our intention for the highest good of all.
Amen, and on to that.
Wow.
Yeah, they're great, man. They're great.
I've got them on. I'm on their list as well.
I love that. I love that, and that's actually, I love that last line, especially where they say people coming together, and where as true stewards of the earth we have risen up out of our old ways into the light of a new way, where people, each and every one of us, is helping, honoring, loving, and caring deeply for everyone else. I mean, talk about a great theme to add to our tour. You know, because that's what we want to do. I came to this point, you know, where, I don't know, Alex, if you listened to the last couple shows, but we've announced our official 5D Media Network family reunion tour. But that's not the name yet, but that's what we're calling it right now. Where we're going to be doing a caravan in RVs around the country and spreading the message of love and getting people to rally together and create a new way.
Oh, that sounds like fun, man.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Right up your alley, dude. Get up here. There's going to be some places there in central the United States where you're not going to be able to bring that surfboard, but just saying. What was that, Judy?
I was just thinking, I was reading your email about that, and the words came to me, except it sounds so religious, but the One People Revival.
One People.
Wow. Are we going to be baptizing anyone on this tour?
Revive. You know, it's about reviving people. But people. But yeah, I know. It's one of those things you've got to take it out of the old context and make it the new. But
hey, Brian, hey, Judy, sorry to interrupt, but in the chat room, this Maggie Nasso, the Magical 5D Media Mystical Tour. I love that. That is awesome.
Wow,
like
no magical mushrooms to be be in
that. Oh, come on, please.
No, just activate your pineal gland. You'll just be on DMT like me, man. You won't need much.
I told you. Oh, so I you know, the reason why we haven't come up for a name is because we want to create a name that speaks to everybody from all networks, all groups, no matter if they follow the One People movement or not. Something that lets people know what we're doing, what our intention is, and that people will resonate with and gravitate toward, no matter what their background or their message or their ideal or what have you. And for me, like, you know, it's funny. I was going to pose you both this question earlier, but Alexander was in the middle of a Sir Rant-a-Lot rant. That's my job. I'm just kidding. That's my job, though.
It was a total rant-a-lot.
I do not rant.
You're a ranter, dude. Dude, you're ranting all over this interview, which is good.
dude. Don't worry.
Brian needs a little company.
I love you, dude. Yeah. I'm feeling alone up here on this mountainside. No, seriously though, I'm so enjoying the idea phase of putting this tour together, because to me, like, you know, I kept waking up and asking myself the question, since everything is done, what should I be doing? You know, what should I be doing right now? You know, do I want to keep, you know, do I want to set up my computer and blog and do radio shows, which I love, but do I want to continue doing that every single day, day in and day out, when I know there's awesome like-minded people and people that have the potential of waking up and, you know, going through an inner exploration as we all have, when being surrounded by the right people, when there's so many of those other people out there in the world that I have the opportunity to connect with, such as everybody in North Carolina just did, such as everybody in Montana just did. I mean, I'm still coming down from the reverberational high of a show from last week, and I wasn't even in North Carolina.
Right.
And so to me, that represents, like, I look in the mirror, I ask myself, what should I be doing? And that, boom, is like this perfect mental image of, holy shit, get in an RV, go around and link up. And, you know, when we were tossing ideas around for, you know, themes for the tour, what have you, and the one that came to mind was back during the Civil Rights Movement, and they did that Freedom Riders, all the Freedom Riders, you know, they going through the South and, you know, dang near getting killed a few times over. And I don't know anybody that hasn't seen that documentary. It's absolutely fascinating. But this generation's Freedom Riders, not necessarily as a name, but as an idea. You know, we've lived in this country in which we've been led to believe that we're free, but we've been living in shackles. The biggest illusion being that we are told that we're free, even though we're not. That was a mouthful. Freeing ourselves from that, like Freedom 2013, freedom from the end of the experiment, freedom from the not necessarily the end of duality, but the understanding of of duality and being able to transcend duality. Freedom, true freedom, and going around and spreading that message. And to me, what is that quote? It's there's nothing more important than a good idea whose time has come.
Mm-hmm.
Well, talk about a freaking brilliant idea whose time has come. Amen. Woof woof. Linda Live say. Linda
Live.
What do you think about that, Judy?
I love it. I mean, I absolutely love it. The whole freedom thing. You know, it's when I say the one people, I don't think of it as being a moniker for a thing. I think of it as being the one people. That means every being that exists.
Yeah.
You know, and a reunion or coming together or freedom tour or whatever. But to me, the one people, I mean, there's a great reason that, you know, that name was chosen. It's not just this group that is the one people. Every being that exists is the one people.
Even Alexander?
Even Alexander, especially.
Are you just determined to give me as much slack as possible?
I'm trying to bring the crazy out of you, dude. You've really toned it down for the first 40 minutes of this show. But
you know what we can do is we can
in the chat room.
Yeah, we can put it out there and have people just write in with a whole lot of different ideas of what to call it, and then we can just move through it together and decide, you know, which feels.
For the Brian Rant Mystical Tour.
The Brian Rant Mystical Tour. I'm going to vote that one down.
Yeah, I am too.
Dude, I'm warning you. You get me riled up. You know.
Likes the
playing
rant.
with fire here, dude.
It's called Brian.
Oh wow! Oh man! Oh god!
Big wave surfer, man. You don't know what you're messing with. Think of Point Break.
Dude, can you explain to me? Can you explain to us what life is like living in a 24/7 DMT experience?
It's you know.
Is it a haze?
Is
it purple?
There's no way to describe it. There's just no way to describe it. You know, let me see. It's like I mentioned the movie Point Break. Okay, you know how Bodie was in Point Break around the campfire on the beach that night, you know, and they're all like describing getting tubed, and all this, and wiping out. And all. Okay, so that's what it's like internally. A lot of the time, not all the time, maybe, but a lot of the time. So it's things happen. Are you still there, Brian?
I am here.
Okay, all right. Your picture went off. Anyway, yeah, it's really crazy. It's I'm sitting here on the computer, and all of a sudden, I feel the spirit of Gaia just run chills up and down my whole freaking body from head to toe. What do you do?
Yeah.
Where do you go from there? I mean, it's just
you just ride it. It's like a wave.
I believe Bodhi in Point Break said 100% pure adrenaline.
Yeah, but it's more like 100% pure endorphin. Your body it physiologically excretes when you're running or you're doing lifting weights or something. Which is the body's version of morphine, right? So you combine that with like shrooms, and you have an idea. Yeah, but it's really
you get enjoy.
It's really crazy because you do it's when you have telepathic communication with the other side at will anytime, and it just
mind blowing.
There's no way to describe it. It's like it's really really not. You have to experience it. That's why I told someone I know, a relative today, young guy's about your age. He's 31 now, and
I love how
I highly I've never really done this in my life, but I said because it has absolutely no side effects whatsoever, and etc. I actually recommended that in order for him to understand a little bit of what I'm experiencing, I just forget it. I won't. I recommended something that maybe I shouldn't do on the radio.
You're right. You can't. It's undescribable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like somebody tried to.
Okay, I'll tell you what.
What?
You want to know what it's like? Okay. How about this? I wrote a blog about it. I've written 2 blogs about it. One is called Afterglow, and the other one I wrote more recently. I forget the name of it. It's like Afterglow version 2. The reloaded version or something.
Part 2, yeah.
So
Reloaded.
yeah, part 2, because it's more. It's like beyond that. So. It's in my.
So go read your blog, huh?
Yeah, go read the blog, and
okay.
You get a taste of it. Someone who was to get a taste of what Alexander Xavier Soul is experiencing. Well, go read the blog.
Hey Brian, could you put his blog back up? A few people are asking for it again.
Yeah.
And we've got a few callers. How about we take one?
Yeah. Whatever you guys want to ask Alex, he'll answer everything. So just remember that.
Question.
Yeah.
Hey, Waverider1 what?
WordPress.com.
WordPress.com.
Yeah. Anybody that wants to call in, phone number 646-716-4598. Be sure to press 1 to put your hand up so I know you're wanting to talk, because I've got lots of callers on here and a few that want to talk. So here we go. We're going to bring in area code 805. I have a feeling I know who this is.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hi.
Oh, gosh.
How you
it's
doing?
Mitch.
We got a couple surfer dudes here, I think.
Yeah.
Nick the Surfer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up? How's it going, Alexander?
Listen to his voice, can't you tell?
I'm
just
doing
kidding,
well.
It's I guess it's a feeling rather than a state of mind.
It's a beingness.
Yeah.
Mitch, what's going on in your world since yesterday?
I'm just chilling up off of this path by my house that leads up to the top of the Santa Barbara Mountains, and it's just really, really incredible. I just came and walked out here. It's really quiet.
So you're close to Santa Barbara, Mitch?
Yeah, I live in the middle of Santa Barbara.
Oh, I have a friend who just moved to, oh gosh, what's the name of the town just south of you?
Carpinteria?
No, south, further. Ventura.
Ventura?
Yeah, Ventura. I got to get you two hooked up just so that you can meet each other. She's pretty cool chick.
Oh, good deal. Good deal. It'd be great to have a Central California meetup. Yeah, I think that idea of having a poll, like getting a bunch of names for your guys' tour and then maybe voting on it, that would be cool.
Wouldn't it?
What would you name it, Mitch? What's your idea?
I really don't know. Like I think, like you said, something that everybody could identify with, rather than a small group of people, getting a consensus. But something like one, something very simple, maybe something a little bit more fun, maybe one fun.
Mitch, Linda wants to know what the dogs have to say about it.
The dogs, they want to call it.
Oh, they're growly today.
Yeah, okay. So how would we spell that?
Yeah, just R's, all R's.
Oh, okay.
With an accent, it's a little one of those little accents with what they call those things.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But I've got some spoken word if you guys want to hear some ranting.
Absolutely.
Some other ranting.
Yes. Cool. Mitch, take over for a minute, please. I need to take a couple of minutes.
Good deal. Well, I wrote that other piece of spoken word. It was called The Beginning, and that was kind of airy-fairy, good feeling stuff. And this is kind of the opposite of it. It's a little bit dark.
And you bring that in on the Enjoy show?
Yeah. I think I think we should maybe represent, to get out of polarity consciousness, have a little balance.
Okay. Go for
so the other one was called The Beginning. This one's called The End. And it's basically about, when the former opt movement first came out, and there was a mention of $5 billion or gold pieces or Skittles allotted to everybody, and it's kind of about that.
Okay.
So here it goes. So there's all these voices, and maybe if it was a movie, you'd hear the door singing, "This is the end, my only friend," the end, and then it kind of fades out, and you hear these voices. Have you heard the news? Have you heard the news? If you heard the news, we'll be granted 5 billion wishes. Not just the humans, but everyone. Trees, flowers, shrubs, common weeds, giraffes, porcupines, dragonflies, and yes, of course, the cute little fishes. Yes. It's the moment we've been waiting for. I got to make calls and pack my bags. I'm going on a trip. I'm going to sail. Float across the Pacific on a mile-wide anchovy pizza. Yes, the world's first edible ship. When I arrive in Japan, there will be a royal parade. I'll drink sake by the gallons, rolls of infinite kinds, colors of the rainbow, dining on divine sushi. Then from a colossal glass water pipe, I shall smoke the ashes of Bruce Lee. I'll scream as plumes of smoke fill the sky. In all of creation, in all of time, never has there been a greater, never ever will there be a greater kung fu master than I. And after, when I'm done teaching every martial arts movie hack a lesson, I'll vanish into my sacred quarters, into a deep slumber after a short 24-hour shiatsu session. In the morning, after I tell the sun to rise, I'm headed for India. When my personal curry festival is over, I shall meditate for 37 days. After what seems like eternal bliss, I will rise. No, levitate. No, wait. I will ascend and perform perfect, flawless pranayama in 37 different ways. That's yogic breathing. No longer will I walk. No longer on shoes, only on the most fragrant rose petals. Infinite comfort, no steep inclines. I clap my hands, into thin air vanish the hills. Wow, it's funny, isn't it? I don't understand. I feel more empty and alone. I really don't need a platinum Rolls Royce. And what am I going to do with 657 iPhones? 6,024,25 Facebook friends, and not one of those bastards call. My body is flawless, rock hard, polished marble. My poor testosterone-filled balls. These silk, custom-tailored pajamas, they tickle me. I'm flustered, bothered, and irritated. I hate to say I can't sleep at night. My peace, where did it go? Where did it go? I thought 5 billion wishes would set me free and make everything be just right. So be careful. Be very careful with all the things that you wish for. When all your wishes are granted, your dreams will be destroyed. Now that I'm rich, I'm miserable. I had more peace and joy when I was poor.
Dude.
Now. And then it goes, get up, get down. 911's a joke in your town. But that was an afterthought.
Dude. Did you write that like 10 minutes ago? Did you write that? You wrote that.
Yeah, I wrote that. It's just, yeah.
Dude, Alex has met his match. Dude, you're hilarious.
Yeah, no. This guy's got it all over me as far as the outrageousness of his poetry.
My
God, freaking awesome. Yeah. My poetry is just mild and tame.
Mitch, you got to hear this. Lisa just sent me a Skype message. She said that asked Mitch to record this in good quality for our tour CD.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Want that. I love that, Mitch. Loved it.
For sure.
God. I want to hear it again.
Thanks.
Do
you know the awesome thing? The awesome thing about it, Judy, is we all wrote it. You know, because it's just like I'll write stuff, and then I'll hear such similar stuff, and it's like we're all going through the same stuff, and it's so comforting, you know what I mean? It's like
I think that's what Alexander was saying earlier too, is that, you know, we're pulling this stuff in from the collective consciousness. This information that we're getting and that we're allowing to come through. I need to tap into this more often. I've had a few downloads that I've absolutely loved, but I'm getting a little jealous here.
Hey, no, Judy, just to make a very polite and respectful correction. It's the collective consciousness, yes, but what we should keep in mind is that the collective is much, much larger than most people might believe it to be.
Sure, no, I understand.
Yes.
I do. I get what you're saying. It's multidimensional, collective.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. And all of that information is being shared back and forth constantly. And when people are on the same wavelength, we get similar information. And that's why we recognize each other so well when we meet up and when we talk to each other.
It's like Judy and I right before the show. We are completing each other's sentences, literally.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not really.
But you're not even married.
Hey, Alexander, could I ask you a question? How'd you get so freaking funny, man?
Well, but yeah, no, dude, it took a lot of work actually, because I was boring as hell when I was a teenager. So it actually took a lot of work, years of hard sweat and toil.
I was going to ask you how many times you got dropped on your head as a kid, but I'm just not even going to go there. Or was it sniffing paint chips?
No, it was falling down the face of 20-foot waves and get on my head. That's what did it.
Oh, that'll do it too, man. Lots of hitting reef and all that stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hitting reefs or hitting reefer.
Yeah. No brain, no pain.
Trying to get dates as a single sales and marketing guy in the streets of San Francisco. You got to learn to be a little more witty than a brainiac high school student can get, right?
Yeah, or like Judy. But I didn't just say that. Hey, Mitch, are you gonna come and meet up with us on tour or what?
For the tour, yeah, probably, dude. I have a daughter on the way. When she's gonna be here in. She's going to be here in January. She's supposed to be born late January, but I love going on road trips. When you guys are in California,
we'll probably come and see you before then.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah, you're going to be needed for a little while.
Mitch, okay,
right
I have an assignment for you, dude. And it's serious business.
All right.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
You are now our official. You got to come on every show on Enjoy, and you got to write something original and share it. And it doesn't have to be anything big or crazy like what you just read.
We would love that.
But dude,
for sure.
you gotta bless us with your presence every Wednesday.
For sure, no doubt.
Thank you, Mitch.
Perfect.
Be my pleasure.
I truly love that.
Mitch, good stuff, buddy. Can I say the S word on this show? Good shit, man.
Good shit, man.
Good shit. No F bombs.
Thank you.
We can do F bombs all day.
Congratulations on the baby on the way.
Thank
you.
Gosh.
I don't know if this world is ready for a baby Mitch. Is it a boy or a girl?
Girl.
It's a girl. Yeah.
Girls are wonderful.
Were you not listening?
He said he had a baby on the way.
No, he said he had a daughter.
My brother just had his daughter a couple days
daughter
ago.
on the way, yeah.
Yeah, he said he had a daughter on the way.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a name for her yet?
So you've been putting those testosterone filled units to work, huh? Good for you, man.
Hey, Lord.
Come out of the womb barking like a dog.
All right, we have to grab a couple other callers here.
Mitch, name Brianna for me.
Oh.
All right, I'll name Tarantula.
My older daughter's second name is Brianna.
Is that right?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Dude, I named her after you before I even knew you. Wow.
Madame Rantala. Oh, thank you. I'm honored, Alexander.
Yeah.
All right, Mitch. Thanks for calling, man. Much
all right,
love
you guys. I'll talk to you next week.
And yeah,
right.
we'll definitely get that.
Good to meet you, Mitch.
What's that?
Hey, nice.
He said good to
meet you, Mitch.
Hey, nice to meet you, Alexander. Nice to meet you, brother.
Talk to you soon, Mitch. Take care, bud.
All right,
Bye.
you guys. Have a good night.
All right.
See you, Mitch. See ya.
Thanks. Oh my gosh, I love that.
Oh my God, he's so freaking funny. He's gonna smoke Bruce Lee's ashes in Japan. Oh my God.
Bruce Lee's ashes.
Who comes up with that
He's one of my first heroes.
I love Bruce Lee.
Yeah, I did. Oh yeah, part of my little autobiography there is I did martial arts for several years, different styles.
What kind of styles?
I did. Actually, when I was 7, I took jiu-jitsu for a while, and then when I was second year in university, I did a year of taekwondo, and then I did 2 different studios of kempo. One was more of a kickboxing kempo. The other was more of a kung fu oriented kempo karate.
So basically, what you're saying is you kick ass.
Basically, what I'm saying is that I stopped because I was learning too many ways to kill someone within 5 seconds, and I didn't want to hurt any of my friends in case they grab me from behind and surprise me or something. So, So.
Interesting.
Remind me never to grab you from behind.
From behind.
I don't know why I would ever do that.
Oh Lord,
I don't see any reason that I would ever do that.
Any further? We have another caller here. Let's take it.
All right,
we got a couple of them actually. So
come on down.
Area code 661. Hello.
That's a Skype caller.
Hello, Judy. How are you?
Hello. Who do we have here?
G'day, Brian. How are you, mate?
Is that Barnaby? No.
Yeah, it's Aussie Bob.
Aussie Bob.
It is Aussie Bob.
Hi, how you doing, bud?
Yeah. Or in the chat chat room on my handle is Woof Woof Radio. So we're having a barking good time.
Oh, you're that guy.
Chat room. Yeah. Yeah.
Bob, what's the significance of Woof Woof Radio? What's the significance of Woof Woof Radio? Is that a radio show that you do?
No, I was just trying to sign up.
You don't have to answer that.
And said you could have a radio show. So
yeah,
I thought,
that's what I did that too.
Yeah. So, and my guide and mentor is my little fox terrier who's still fast asleep next to me here with his paws. But yeah. Hi, Judy. We haven't met before, but I know we're connected.
Wonderful to meet you.
And Alexander, mate, you are my doppelganger.
It's the Wolf guy.
Yeah,
hey, good to meet you, man. Love your accent.
Yeah. Cool. I have many accents actually, depending on where I'm performing at the time. But I'll slip back.
Kind of sound.
Many voices.
Kind of.
I mean, I'm engaged now, but I can't tell you how lucrative of an accent that would have been back in my single days.
Oh yeah. Well, Brian, in my single days, I was an engineering officer with P&O on the cruise liners. So, and I'll say no more because it's ex-certificate.
Hey, say no more. Loud and clear.
Okay, maybe I'll share those times with you
offline
when we all meet up.
Okay.
I don't know. Brian, I have no shame.
Hey, welcome to the club. Hey, you're gonna fit right in with Alec too.
Oh dear. Yeah. Anyway, all joking aside, I just sort of read your mission statement about this is an arena for sharing tools and upbeat stories. So, if it's okay, I'd like to just share quickly a couple of tools that have been really useful for me in my own journey. Is that all right?
Sure.
Please.
Yeah. Okay, and these are just simple one-liners. And I hate swearing, but it goes anyway. What other people think of me is none of my bloody business. Did you get that?
Mm-hmm.
What other people think of me is none of my bloody business. And
Absolutely.
that's a rolling mantra for me. And
I love that.
Tool another useful tool I've found is ask for what you want, see what you get, and celebrate the no. Because the no is good information. It stopped me banging my head on closed doors for the last 40 years. So that's
Hey, Bob,
one.
I'm going to ask you to read that one again because Lisa was messaging me on Skype and I wasn't giving it my full attention. Say it one more time.
Okay, well, thanks for your attention. Ask for what you want, see what you get, and celebrate the no. The no response is really, really good information. It means I can't go there to get my needs and wants met. That door is closed. Move on. It stops me banging my head against. And so many times in my own personal relationships, I've wanted a need met, and the answer's no, but I kept banging my head against that closed door. So that's one way to get out of that one. And,
Gotcha.
Are you up? Yeah. Are you up for a story?
Certainly.
Always.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not really sure which. You say upbeat stories. What's present for me at the moment is a beautiful story or a funny story. What's your preference there?
Funny.
I'd say for this show we're going to have to swing the funny.
Okay. Well, as Brian's probably aware, I live on a boat, and I don't wear clothes on the boat, well, unless I've got guests. So both me and Barnaby are here.
What?
We're
Hold on. Did you just say you don't wear clothes on the boat unless you've got gas?
Yeah.
You did not say that. You said gas. It just took me that long to figure that out.
And but anybody that wants to come and visit, the dress code is negotiable.
Okay.
Birthdays, no discrimination against birthday suits, huh?
No. As I said, Brian, I've got no shame. I'm loving the freedom that I'm living. Anyway, I'll get back to my story, and
freedom reigns.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm so.
It dangles too, I think.
All right, everybody. Deep breath.
Yeah.
Yes, Judy. I think Judy.
I'm trying. Okay.
That sounds Judy.
It was about 6 months ago. And I'm down in the head, which is the toilet on the boat,
The head.
I'm naked. Yeah, I'm naked, and I'm repainting the toilet because it was painted purple, and I thought it would be a nice tranquil sort of colour to coincide with the activities that go on that peaceful sort of reflection. But yeah, I just changed my mind and was redecorating it. I used to call it the Purple Poo Palace, but anyway, I digress. So I'm, it's about 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm painting away, listening to the Goon Show on the radio, and I hear a ahoy, ahoy. So, and, somebody wants me. So I go up on deck. I'm covered in spots of paint. I'm holding the paintbrush, and there's this little aluminium dinghy alongside with 6 people in it, 4 blokes and 2 Sheilas. And there's this big scream from the girls in the back. Ah! And I said, who the hell are you? And they said, we're the Jehovah's Witnesses. And I said, what? You're Jehovah's Witnesses? Well, here I am, as God intended.
Oh, my goodness.
I said, hang on a minute, guys. I'll just go and put my sarong on, because it's, so I came back up, and it was blowing about 20 knots from the southeast, and I didn't let these guys tie their boat to mine, so the guy in the front was holding on, and he his persistence amazing. He managed to hold on for about 20 minutes, during which time we had a great conversation, and he just said to me, well, you live in the dream, aren't you? And I said, yes, I am. And then finally, as his strength was giving out, one old fart in the back and said, but Elijah said, and I said, hey, brother, I said, you have your beliefs, and your reality, and I respect that. All I expect is the same in return. And with that, they went away, and as they motored away, I just said to him, don't tell Reader's Digest where I am. Don't witnesses coming out on the boat. Is there no limit to this? I tell all my boaty mates, because there's a nice lot of living out here on the water, and they just, no, don't believe it. Yeah, it's so, yeah. That's my funny little upbeat story.
Hey.
Oh my God.
Brian. Hey, Judy. Hey, on this little magical mystery tour you guys are doing, your caravan, is it going to be clothing optional as well?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, come on.
Cool. Okay.
Well, it is going to be winter time, so I don't know. I probably not suggested, but
you just never know.
You never know. I don't want to limit people. This is this era. This epoch of time is about no limitations. So.
Oh my gosh,
Bob,
thank you for that.
No limit.
I just gonna start referring to guys as blokes and girls as Sheilas because that's just awesome.
Oh my goodness! And, I didn't. I have a feeling that they were like screwing with you because I don't think they travel male and female together. I think they were just fucking with you.
Judy just dropped the F-bomb.
Who are you talking to?
I'm pretty sure Bob.
Bob, yes.
You, Bob, yes.
Bob, is that a true story?
No, they weren't messing with me. Their sincerity was like a shining light, and I really had to admire that. But as I said to them before they left, I really honor and respect your beliefs and your faith. All I expect is the same in return.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Anyway,
stuck on the purple
they usually don't travel in couples. It's true though. It is true. It's usually 2 women or 2.
I know.
That's what. Where are you? What part of the world are you in, Bob?
Australia.
Whitsunday Island. The Whitsunday Islands.
Oh,
right
the Whitsundays. Oh man.
Bob, I lived on a boat for a while.
Right.
It's awesome, isn't it, Brian?
I love it. I actually never went out in it. It was docked. It wasn't mine, but I lived on it for probably 2 months. Yeah, that's how tight.
Boat.
Yeah, it was awesome. No, I absolutely loved it. It was Long Beach Harbor isn't really the best place to be as far as a boat being docked, but yeah, I had the full living on a boat experience. It was awesome experience.
Yeah. Well, for me, because Alexander's down there drinking rainwater and stuff, and all those sort of things, and I can't get any closer where I am to nature. I'm sort of and
nice.
There's also a vulnerability about living on a boat, because as a mariner, I've seen how quickly Mother Nature can turn around. So I'm aware of how vulnerable I am within her care. So it's another part of living on the boat, and it's really beautiful. At the moment it's probably blowing about 5 knots from the northeast. There's a gentle swell that it's like rocking a baby. But in half an hour, I could be hanging on for dear life, especially in the cyclone season. So if you're coming over here, don't come in the cyclone.
Go ahead,
season.
finish your thought.
Do you have room for about 15 or 20 of us?
Yeah. Can we do a tour? Can we do a 5P reunion tour on the boat in the Pacific?
We all want to see the Purple Poo Palace.
Well, now it's more the color of
purple
Cornish ice cream.
What kind of ice cream?
Cornish ice cream.
Cornish. Okay, Bob, how long have you been living on your boat, man?
Now 4.5 years, and it took about 3 years for the essence of the experience to seep into my soul. I go ashore now, and it's just a sleepy little tourist town up here where I live, but it doesn't take long for me to get anxious again, because I'm then exposed to little things like road rage and people shouting and swearing, or even I was in a doctor's surgery the other day reading my book, and within 5 minutes I felt really, really anxious, and I was trying to track the source of this, and I looked up and it was a TV screen on the wall. It was just on advertising the latest new plastic device that can wash your dog and heal cancer, and it only costs 10 cents from Walmart. That sort of blah,
Yeah, talk about a poo palace.
Yeah, and
come on, dude.
Yeah, so I said to the lady behind the counter, the nurse there, I said, turn that TV off. She said, yeah, but why? I said, well, I don't find it therapeutic. It was just crap babble.
Yeah.
You mean mind-controlling TV, not therapeutic, Bob? What's wrong with you, man?
I feel the same way, Bob. Every time I step into a place that has TV, because I haven't had one on in my quarters for probably close to 3 years now, and it really feels like an assault on my senses.
Yeah. If there's another tool that I would share with everybody, is get a 12 gauge and shoot your TV.
Okay.
Or grab a baseball bat. It's easier.
Yeah, I think that would be so cathartic. I haven't had a TV since 1995 when I set off around Astrolabe. There's no room for it. I don't miss it. At all.
Yeah.
Apart from Monty Python, probably.
I love Monty. Life of Brian?
Yeah.
It's all about
one of my favorites.
Baby.
Life of Brian.
Yeah, well, it would be. But previous to that, I was brought up on the Goon shows. I've got a collection of all that.
Nice.
Kind of
Spike Milligan, Pete Sellers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, enough of this goonery. I'll hang around as long as you want me to, but I think there's other people wanting to share their fun as well.
Well, thanks for calling in, man. We always get a pleasure hearing your voice and hearing your stories, man. Keep them coming. I mean, not right now.
Yeah,
but
and say, yeah.
Baby. Call back.
Oh well.
Bob, thanks, man.
That was hilarious. I had
much
so
love,
much
man.
Brian, you've just unleashed a dragon, and you're more than any of you
zip
guys
your pants up, Bob.
are more than welcome to come, and we don't have to go sailing. Just hang out hang out on the boat in paradise, mate. It's an open invitation.
Swing it.
Love you.
Bye.
All right, you too, Bob. See you, man. Everybody, I just want to warn you, be careful with those open invitations because I like to actually pull the trigger on those. Ask Alexander. I've been hassling about coming down to Costa Rica for.
Brian, you're gonna love Costa Rica. It is just stunningly beautiful, and the people there are amazing.
Yes.
The locals are amazing. The expats maybe.
They are so into the new vibe. You know, they've always been that way, right?
They're just beautiful people. I mean, they're really, and they're, you know, when I first got there, there was, I was there with a couple of expats, and I was kind of appalled at how they were treating some of them, not everyone. A couple of them were treating the locals. But you know, it was just I actually left there and went, you know, on my own. And took off and went exploring, and I just love the people. It's beautiful, and the people are beautiful.
Yeah,
Judy,
I've had very few expat friends here. Very, very, very. I can count on like less than one hand, and but I get along. They consider me a Tico. They consider me, and I consider myself way more Tico than Gringo.
Yeah, Tico is a local there.
Because I totally have always, you know, seeing them as they are, as totally my equal. It's their country, right? You know, their culture, beautiful. And you know, they're wonderful people. When you treat them right, oh man, they're awesome.
Yeah, good stuff. Do we, Judy? Not to interrupt. Do we have more callers?
We do. We have 2 more callers.
Let's try to squeeze them, but we'll go. We're planning on doing Bob's meditation because we haven't done it on this show yet.
How much time do we need?
Well, it's 33 minutes, but it can go over into the recording. Okay. It's fine.
Okay.
Let's get to the callers. I want. Hey, Alexander, your email that you sent me, your story today. How long of a story is that?
It's not long. It's not a story. I mean, you read it. I could read it actually, but.
I'm intrigued because when you sent me that, you referring to the one you said don't share this with anyone, and now all of a sudden you're willing to read it live on the radio.
Well, yeah, I mean, I didn't. I said so you wouldn't like go and post it before the show or anything. That's all.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah.
Read that, and then we'll bring on the two callers, and then we'll do Bob's meditation, and then it'll just go over in time.
Okay.
Okay,
cool.
I'll have to bring it up. This might take me a minute, so.
Do you want to bring on one caller while Alex?
Let's bring on a caller while we do that, and then we'll move into that.
Cool.
Area code 336.
Oh wow.
Is that you, Randy?
It's me.
It's Randy.
It's me. I love it when people say that.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Randy.
Hey, Brian.
Randy, nice to meet you.
I love that. I love Alexander putting on.
Well, I don't have an accent. What are you trying to say there, Brian?
Oh, this is too funny. We're all going to have to put on our North Carolina
man, I'm a
accent.
Southern California boy.
Is that how they talk down there in Costa Rica? I am not traveled enough. Randy, I read your.
Tiene que hablar español.
Randy.
That's what right.
Randy, you getting excited for this tour yet, or what?
Oh my God, I can't believe how excited I am.
What do you want to do when we get out there, man? Where do you see this thing headed?
Well, I just see us. I don't know. I see people just everywhere, just coming together and sharing their stories, and this making this thing explode. Like
the good kind of explode. Not picking up not like picking up bits and pieces of Judy from all over the room type of deal.
That's right. Yeah. Explosion of the truth. How's that?
Thanks for that visual, Brian.
It's like a love explosion.
That's right.
Vortex is everywhere. I know that much. Vortex.
A love bomb.
Energy.
Hey, if I can't be ridiculous on the Enjoy show, shoot, I don't know where can I be? Where can I be ridiculous?
Well, you can be. You just get to hear me give you a hard time about it. That's all.
Oh, okay. I'm used to that.
Okay, we're good then. So
I feel like Judy represents like my future evil self as a woman. From
I did not just say that.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I don't know where that came from. Did I just say that out
See, I'm
loud?
from all over the place now. I think I just exploded.
I just
My
said that out
future
loud.
evil self.
What?
God.
In a female version.
Oh man, you just wait until we get in one of those.
Oh man, yeah.
Oh,
I'm
slap
sorry.
outside the head.
I can't contain the truth as it spills from my lips. Randy, what's up with you, buddy?
Not much. I just wanted to add my thoughts to what we should call this tour. I think it should be the One Truth Tour.
The One Truth Tour. Okay. All right.
Okay. That's a good one.
There's only one truth.
Ah. Thank you, Linda. I needed to hear that.
Judy already explodes with love. Judy explodes with a lot of things, but we don't need to get into that now. We're pressed for time. The One Truth Tour. See, I like where this is headed.
Interesting.
I like where this is headed. Here's my thoughts, though. And this is just thoughts from a general perspective as far as me giving this some thought in regards to what this thing needs to be named. I feel like it needs a name that when people read, they understand what it is without having to read into the fine print details. And
right.
One Truth, while I do like it for this network, expanding it out and for people to be able to read it and know what's going on, I think we're getting better. That's my nice way of saying. That's my nice way of saying keep working on it, Randy.
Keep working on it, Randy.
That's not it.
But you know I love.
We'll put a forum up on 5D Media Network forums and just start bringing in all kinds of ideas. You know, different people's ideas of what the names could be, and who knows what we'll find in that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well. Actually, Randy has something there because as I've written in my blogs a couple times, and it's even Einstein basically agrees. If you read the one I wrote with a bunch of Einstein quotes, truth can only be experienced, not explained.
Yep.
Okay. The true, absolute truth can only be experienced. It's an experience. Therefore, the one truth. Well, and truth is joy, is love. So, one truth, the Enjoy mystical tour, one joy, one truth. You got something going there.
Well, I first of all, I love Randy, but as Lisa would say, it didn't blow my skirt up. So, just saying.
Really? You still wear skirts, Brian?
Yes.
Lisa,
Oh my God.
I'm the one that said blows my
Hey,
shirt up.
Alexander,
Lisa says it
first
blows
of
her
all,
hair back.
Alexander, I wear tights underneath. Okay, so it's not just skirts.
Yeah, magenta
Okay.
ones at that.
I'm not trying to freak anybody out.
That are green.
All right, going commando under my skirt. I got some tights under there. Wow, this just went into a direction I didn't mean for it to go.
Direction?
I think cherry red, Brian.
Oh my gosh.
Direction, can we?
Okay. All right. Yeah, please. Let's change the subject. Awkward change of subject. Execution now.
Dude,
you started it. I told
Randy.
you. You started it. Don't get me going, man.
I know, I love it.
Randy, I love you, man. You know that.
I love you too, Brian.
Yeah, we'll come up with a whole bunch of ones. Go ahead.
Everybody says we look like brothers. Have you seen that on Facebook yet?
Well, that's a compliment because you're quite the studly looking dude, I must say. I saw your Facebook picture the other day. I'm not even
From the
gay
guy
or
with red
bisexual.
tights under his skirt. Okay.
Yeah, you
Well,
just
now
really
we
want to, dude.
Alexander, are you saying I'm sending mixed messages?
Oh, I don't think they're very mixed, man. I think it's clear as freaking day.
Oh God, my side hurts.
Talking about your tights with Randy and your skirt blowing up. And...
Hey, it's a bromance. Anything goes. Randy, talk to you later, man.
Love you, Randy. Talk to you soon.
All right, bye, man.
All right, love y'all. Bye.
You too, bro.
All right, we have. Okay, so do you want to go ahead and read that, and then we've got one more caller.
I'll just encapsulate it, instead of reading, but Yeah, I just had I wrote to Brian earlier today about a couple of things I saw early this morning, and so let me see. Let me pick out. Let's see. Well,
just read it, man. It's super cool.
Let me just say. No. Let me. It just. Yeah, it's too long. Let me just say that. Okay, what Alex Gray paints, that's what I see every day. So, and Alex Gray and Pablo Amaringo. So if you look up those two artists on the internet, you've got tons of photos. But
so you see the electrical impulses.
I call it the grid, and it's made up of, well, Alex Gray paints it very well, and he actually does DMT and ayahuasca in order to be able to see these things, whereas I have never done either one of those. So anyway, but that's what I see, and it's in full 3D, multi-dimensional moving video, and sometimes there's 5 to 10 little videos off in the different areas of the field of vision going at once. So anyway, but this morning I saw for the first time the schematic of the movie Avatar has these beings, the Avatar beings, the Naidi or whatever they're called. These are apparently patterns. I mean, the Cameron had a dream in 1996 of them, and what he did is he wrote out the dream, which eventually became the movie. So he quote dream, I quote dream, right? So apparently the Avatar, the race of beings on this moon of Pandora, which is actually a moon, right, around a planet, is apparently patterned after what some people have said are the Syrians, the feline Syrians in Sirius A. So what I saw this morning for the very first time was the head. Like if you go on Alex Gray art, he does a really good job of the human head, right, as it's seen in the grid. But it was the shape of. It was that shape, and that had those eye sockets and everything, and etc. So it was really interesting. And this being, this head, had the from the third eye area had literally a beam of light. There was an old show that started out a detective show like in the 1970s that started out with a beam from a flashlight going into the up and down in the night. Some guy with a cowboy hat that was a detective. I mean, so I'm watching these things, I'm in the grid, and I see this beam flashing all around my field of vision, this concentrated beam, and I'm like, what's that coming from? So, and then I see the head come out, and it's coming out of the third eye of this head, and I see the head, and it comes closer and everything, and then I notice, it's got the shape of like the Avatar head, and I'm like, whoa, cool, finally, a Syrian head shows up here. So anyway, those are the kinds of things I see every day.
Well, he's awake, no less.
I do not. Totally fully awake. When I dream, I have dreams, right? I have astral travel dreams, dreams. No, this is only when I am fully awake. Only.
Wow. Alexander.
Daytime, nighttime too. It doesn't have to be at night.
That's
true
amazing.
illustration of someone high on life. Wow.
Yeah.
That movie for me was I watched it. It was the first movie I ever went back to see more than once, and I actually went back to see it in 3D probably 4 or 5 times.
I've never seen it in 3D. I am jealous.
Oh my gosh!
That movie is my favorite movie of all my life.
Everybody knows that about me as well, and let me tell you why. Is because when I watched it, every single time I've watched it in 3D, and even after, I have tears streaming down my eyes because it's a recognition. I know that place, and I know these people.
Oh, I'm getting chills, Judy. That's an affirmation.
Yes, absolutely. And I knew it then. My son came with me, and he loved it. But he was like looking at me like, why are tears dropping down your face? And I'm like, I just know this stuff. I know this. I know these people. This is me. They're my people.
Yeah. Well,
I get the same.
Like I said, they're Syrians. They're patterned after the feline Syrians. And Oh my God, yes. I felt the whole movie. I mean, there's so many layers of themes in that movie that I just resonated to so deeply. Yeah. Even on the military side, the whole military, because you know, I'm a warrior, and I've had like so many, most of my lives as have been as a warrior, as a military person or warrior in one form or another. So, you know, and I've always been like that. I've never been in the military in this lifetime, but I know literally I had a friend, and I know you got to get to that meditation, but I had a friend, and when I was 18, I went to Berkeley my first year, and I met this guy who was on the GI Bill. He was a Marine Loadmaster Sergeant, and he was 26, and we became fast friends, and we sat there and talked about military strategy, and I was on the same level as him, understanding the mentality and the weapon systems and everything. And I had never, ever been in the military. None of my family had. I had no background in this lifetime whatsoever, and yet I totally understood every single fine detail of what we talked about intuitively. And so, anyway.
Well, you know,
that movie was just, it brought so many things together.
Wow.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And the dragons, man, oh my God. I can't wait to ride a dragon again. Oh man. Those are just awesome.
I was doing this as a kid, and I could like flip through anything, and I never walked anywhere. I flipped and twisted and did cartwheels and back handsprings. I did 12 back handsprings in a row when I was 5 years old.
5? Oh my God.
Yeah, and I could do 12 in a row when I was 5. So when it was just, and where that all came from, I haven't a clue, because I was doing that at 3. I was starting to do all of this stuff, and but it's just, these are parallel lives. They're not in sequence like we think of them. They're all happening at the same time. We're just tapping into certain ones that we're more in alignment with, I think, on some level, that we need to pull in the information from or whatever. But thank you for sharing that. That was
cool,
really
story.
Significant. Thank you. We do have one more caller, and then we'll go ahead and start the meditation, okay?
Cool. Let's do it.
All right. So caller 951.
That's
Hello?
Sacramento?
Hello?
Hello, this is Becky from Hemet.
Oh, Hemet. That's right, 951. Hi, Becky.
Hey.
Hi.
Wow, 2 times
I just
in 1
wanted
week.
to call, and it was so much fun last night, and so I just wanted to call and appreciate all the, I was going to ask you, is this the Anything Goes show?
Oh, absolutely, Becky. Yeah, let it fly.
It's an amazing preview of all the people that we are. I've just enjoyed it so much and wanted to thank you for such a beautiful show and gathering all these people in an amazing energy of let's play.
Oh, thank you.
Becky.
Nice. Very nice.
You said it, girl.
Welcome to the family, sweetheart. We love you.
Thank you. I'll call again. I know we want to get to that amazing meditation, and I can hardly wait. But I just had to say thank you and hello.
Love you.
Thank you, Becky. We love you too. We'll talk to you soon. And on our way out, we gotta give the mic, the conch, as they would say in the Lord of the Flies, to Alexander. Words of wisdom.
Lord of the
departing
Flies.
for the road. What message do you have for the people, man? And don't make it a long story either.
Live your dream.
3 seconds.
Live your dream.
Yes.
There you go.
Follow
Good one.
your highest joy.
Yeah. Follow your bliss. Follow the bliss. Follow your bliss.
Absolutely, absolutely wonderful to meet you, Alexander, and looking forward to more contact.
For sure.
Oh,
Alexander, thanks for coming on, man.
Pleasure.
All right,
Pleasure.
Here we go, everybody. We're going to go ahead and put on the global meditation now. So
we are ready. If everyone can just find a place, whether it be your sitting chair or your lounge chair, your bed or your stool, a place that you can relax and forget all that is pressures and stresses of the day. focus to just breathe. And with each breath, you are releasing the stresses, the worries and cares, the fears and angst, and all the things that hold you back from simply being. In each breath, feel the energy flow through you, invigorating your heart, pulsating with life, love, and light. Yes, in this space, in this silent stillness, we are connecting one to another. It is in this space that we will take a journey together. A journey that began many millennia ago. A journey that we are now ending now. It was a journey into separation. An experience of who we are through who we are not. An experience of contrast that has been so long. An experience that led to what some would call isolation, loneliness, contrast, and duality. We want to connect now with our beginnings, for the earth wished to join us in this global doing. For it too remembers the time when we were here all together in this place. It remembers the journey of separation. It remembers the pain. It remembers the suffering. It remembers the calling out. Help us. And today, we are journeying to release this past. For in our journey we have discovered something that we are reluctant to accept, only just beginning to accept now. An acceptance of our own true selves, a knowing of who we truly are. Many of you have looked up to the skies, and you have seen the heavens and the magnificence of the galaxies, the stars, and the universe. And I tell you that those were put there as reminders of what it is you can do. Many of you will find it hard to believe that it is you who have done this. That when you look upon the skies and you look upon creation, that you are seeing your own handiwork. We placed it there for you so that you would know of your own true greatness. But in the separation, you have lost that remembrance. You have forgotten your own handiwork. And you knew that whoever it was that placed that there must be so great, so awe-inspiring, so filled of love and wonder, so beyond your comprehension. But yet I tell you, it was you all along. When you think back through history of all the wars and anguish, understand that you are dreaming of yourself as your own ancestors. It was you who was there, who did all those things. It was you who was there who forged that journey. It was you who was here now as we close this journey. Understand that all that is absolute is within you. When you look at the greatness of the heavens, you need no more than to look inside yourself and see that same greatness there. It is in your cells. It is in your DNA. Wondrous it is, and magical. And it is that power that we invoke now. Feel it in every breath you take. Feel it in every pulsating beat of your heart. Feel it in the empty space, in the molecules between, in the particles that make up the dust in the air. Feel it all around you, everywhere. The presence of the absolute. For today, we will show you who you truly are. Many of you have been seeing the troubles, the worries of the hungry ones, the ones who are sitting in anguish and suffering. And your heart goes out to those, the mother who cannot feed their children, and the father who cannot care for those who loves. And your heart goes out to those who are suffering in war-torn countries, who are crying out for peace. But they are with us now too. Your hearts of compassion go out into the offices of those who you call the powers that be, who are sitting there now wondering why. What is happening? What is happening to me? Who are in fear of what they don't understand. And many of you are seeing visions of what it is that can be. You are seeing visions of community all living in unity, where there is no more hunger and there is no more war, where there is no more suffering, where there is beauty all around. You are seeing the network of people working together in unison, in oneness of intent. You are seeing a world of the future that you envision, and you are seeing a world of abundance and peace, prosperity and love. And when I tell you that you are receiving these visions from yourselves, from your future selves, you are receiving these visions so that you will know that you have already made it. You have already discovered your absolute power, that you are transcending time and space in this moment right now, in your dreams. You are receiving messages from yourself that tell you, I have made it, so you shall make it. But you don't understand how. It will happen in this moment. In the moment that you understand that a man, a human being, can speak with the voice and the authority of the prime creator himself. When you can speak with conviction, without doubt, without fear. When you know absolutely who you are, that it is you who have created all of this. When you can say without shame in the streets before your fellow man, I am God Almighty. And so are you. When it is no longer crazy to say such words, to make such claims, so shall it be. For the knowledge of the absolute has always dwelt within you. For you have always known of this greatness that you dream of. Dare you claim it for yourself? I know many of you are ready. I feel your presence now. And I ask you to join me with the earth, for she too is ready. She too is ready to birth this. She too is ready to join in this intention. To send out the absolute word that it is done. No more shall we allow the pain and suffering to hold sway over those who choose freedom. No more shall we allow the heartache and sorrow of those who have not to serve those who have. No more shall we allow the separation and division of our brothers and sisters through religion, through ideals, through beliefs. No more shall they be allowed to take away that which is our inheritance, our absolute creative power. We claim that in the here and now for all of those who are ready to participate in this great doing. We send out our intention, our absolute word, that no more shall this paradigm that has led to separation be allowed to hold sway. We shall send out a wave of compassion, a wave of transfiguration that shall transform all those who touch this energy into the absolute knowing of who they are, into the absolute awakening of their true power. And until that time, we will hold them in compassion. And until that time, we will hold them in comfort. And we bring forth the absolute technology within ourselves so that we may have and we may share the absolute with all we touch. And understand that it is incontrovertible, it is incorruptible, that those words that go forth from our mouth shall not return to us without having accomplished its purpose. It shall circle the globe and infuse the very light, the very air, the very dust, the very ground. And it shall be. For it is already done from our future selves. They are giving us the knowledge. And so it